Guys, we're going to talk about Nano Dimension today. Not only price action, because it dropped a lot today, but also a potential merger with a company right in my hometown. So stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allan. We talk about stocks on this channel, and we talk about Nano Dimension a lot. And I hope you guys can both hear me in both your right ears and your left ears. Some of you guys are saying that with your last video. I think I fixed the issue. I'm sorry. But it looks like we didn't have any audio on the right side, so if that's what's happening on this video too, I'm sorry, but I'll try to check it out in post as well. But I think the cable wasn't plugged all the way in on my new this new mic here, so I apologize for that inconvenience. Please forgive me. It won't happen again until later tonight, probably. No, I'm just kidding. So, Nano Dimension, what's going on with Nano Dimension today? It's down 6%. And it's Meet Kevin's fault. I'm kidding, it's not Kevin's fault. Kevin has no idea what's going to happen with the stock market the next day. It's not Meet Kevin. Don't blame Meet Kevin. But this is a healthy pullback. This is a healthy pullback on a stock that needed a healthy pullback. It's at 667 right now after hours. It's built support at 640. That's a good thing. This is a good support level here. Look at this, right? 644 is a good support. And it bounced off of that and started to trade higher. This is a good, healthy consolidation of the stock on a red day. If you're long this stock, it could be a good buying opportunity to average up or average down, depending on where you bought. If you bought at 797, which is the high, it might have been a good opportunity to average down. So just keep that in mind in days like this. I tend to treat red days as a buying opportunity. I think of those days as my favorite stocks are on sale. That's how I think of those days. So I would encourage you to kind of start getting that thought process going as well, because red days don't have to be bad days in the market. They can be opportunities to average down your position or purchase more if you're excited about an opportunity. Let's talk about a webinar that they're going to be hosting tomorrow with a Belgian company, Cyto Systems. I'm probably totally botching that, but Nano Dimension and Cyto will be having a webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m., probably Belgian time. I missed the last one because I was a day late because it was like Australian time. I didn't know how to convert that, so I missed it by a day. But so tomorrow, this could be happening right now for all I know about the time zone. But so what Cyto is they're a Belgian company that sells 3D printing systems. They work with a lot of different companies, including Nano Dimension. So this is a good thing. This is a company that will be selling the Dragonfly LDM machines and other Dragonfly systems, but also their machines in the future when they create those. So I'm excited to see what this webinar will be. I'll watch it after it is live and available on Nano Dimension's website. If I learn anything new about anything, I will of course let you guys know. Okay, so you're probably here for the potential merger rumor. There's a company that announced a merger today with another 3D printing company. Stratasys is actually headquartered here in Minnesota. And if you guys remember from previous videos on Nano Dimension, we talked about the mergers and acquisition company that Nano Dimension is working with, strangely, has Minnesota ties as well. Needham & Co. has offices here in Minnesota. So you have Stratasys headquartered here, and you have NNDM working with Needham & Co., a mergers and acquisition company that has offices here. That could be a complete coincidence. But when I started digging into this, I'm like, ooh, this sounds like a really cool partnership. Also, something to point out about Stratasys. Back in 2012, I know this is Wikipedia. Anyone can edit Wikipedia. But I believe Wikipedia with all of my heart, I do. But look, so Stratasys, back in 2012, merged with a company called Objet. Objet is an Israeli company. So not only does Stratasys have Minnesota ties, they also have Israeli ties. Their CEO is named Yoav. Like, the coincidence is starting to thicken. This is really, really cool. I think there's a potential that this is happening. Now, if you look at Stratasys, right? Stratasys is up 8% today because they announced an acquisition of a very small 3D printing company. They're buying them for about $100 million. We know that Nano Dimension has so much cash that they could do that every day if they want to. Bam! But Stratasys has a market cap of $1 billion, right? So they're they're bigger than Nano Dimension. So it probably just isn't an acquisition on Nano Dimension part, but this could be a really exciting opportunity to merge with a big company. Stratasys is a big deal. They're trading at $19 per share, again, up 8%. But here's the company that they bought today.
Origin is the world's first open additive mass production platform that enables a very broad range of material chemistries for end-use applications on a single system. Working together, Origin and Henkel have been able to tackle many applications in additive manufacturing.
In Henkel, our team is specifically focused on additive manufacturing and production applications. A big area where our existing customers are looking to move into the additive space is around fire safety and fire resistance. One of the innovative materials that we have been developing requires printing at high temperature. Printing at high temperature is extremely challenging as all environmental conditions need to be tightly controlled and regulated, and the print process needs to be consistent and reliable. With the Origin 1 and the P3 print process, we are not only able to print the material successfully, but also get the part-to-part consistency required for production manufacturing.
How cool is that? Like, it's a process where they dunk it, it prints, they dunk it again, it prints, they dunk it, it prints. It's this additive, right? We talked about that. And Kevin talked about that in his video. Like, normally it's a subtractive, you build these PCBs and then you subtract things away. And this is far more complicated and far cooler of a process that you're adding layers on top of layers, and you can do so much more with this technology. This is really, really cool.
P3 orchestrates light, temperature, and every other environmental detail that allows a material developer to control their chemical reaction. Henkel has developed the first photoreactive flame retardant material.
Passing UL94V0 and the 12-second and 60-second Airbus vertical burns, this material is unlocking new areas of applications where traditional 3D printing has not been able to go.
The strength, heat, and flame resistance of this incredible material enable industries like aerospace, automotive, and mass transportation for the first time to produce end-use parts with additive manufacturing.
How cool is that? So Stratasys just announced an acquisition of this company, Origin, okay? And Origin is developing these amazing materials. So the use cases for this, and he used the word mass production. Again, this is a play on hope, potentially, right? But this is a really cool company. Regardless of the merger, I want to get Stratasys on my radar. The other thing I want to point out is that ARC's 3D printing ETF has Stratasys in the number 11 place. And it's not a huge investment, but it's $4.5 million. They have 252,000 shares of Stratasys. So that's something that you guys should know as well. But again, we talked about this ETF, and it would be silly for Stratasys to be a billion-dollar company and not be part of, of this ETF. So, guys, what do you think? Is there any potential truth to this rumor at all? Would you be excited for these two companies to merge? So you have Stratasys, that is a US-based and Israeli company because they merged with an Israeli company back in 2012. You have the CEO sharing the same first name. That can't be a coincidence. No, but seriously, you have all these things that are sort of lining up for me. You have Nano Dimension working with Needham & Co. They have offices here. Stratasys is headquartered here in Minnesota, like down the street from Needham & Co. So regardless of whether or not these two are merging, they've been in talks with each other, like almost certainly, right? If Nano Dimension has been in talks with over 100 companies, they've said that. If they've been in talks with over 100 companies, there's a chance they've talked. And Stratasys has been struggling lately. I want to show you this article here quick, right? So they're paying in a cash and stock deal $100 million for Origin. Okay? The purchase price includes $60 million paid at closing, an additional $40 million based on hitting performance hurdles over the next 3 years. So it sounds like Origin will still somewhat be an independent entity, a subsidiary of Stratasys. But again, cool technology, and I'm sure they wanted to buy this IP. The guy who started Stratasys, Scott Crump, it's a cool story. He actually created this fused deposition modeling, or FDM type of 3D printing, after he he mixed some chemicals together, some polymers and glues and things, and created a shape for his daughter with a glue gun. And he's like, oh man, there's something to this, right? And then he started creating 3D printers back in 1989. He's a smart guy. But Crump is actually retiring from the company. Yoav has been, I don't know how to say his last name, Yoav Keefe or something, has been the CEO since February of this year of Stratasys. And Scott, the brains behind the whole company, is retiring this year, but he's getting old, so and he's created some cool stuff, so he deserves it. But Stratasys has a market cap of almost $1 billion. And they've seen a revenue slide and losses grow recently, a trend that accelerated after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. I mean, we're seeing similar things to Nano Dimension, right? It reported sales of $636 million with a net loss of $11 million in 2019. But for the first 3 quarters of 2020, ending in September, its losses ballooned to $455 million on revenue of $241 million. Wow. Stratasys notes that cash from operations increased in the 3rd quarter. Right now, in a way, this company's hurting, right? Just like Nano Dimension is. So it may be a perfect environment for them to say, all right, let's get together, let's be buddies. So I don't know, what do you guys think about the rumor? Is it just a rumor? Is there another company that could be in the works? But I think this is a really cool potential partnership that I think would be great for both companies. All right, guys, that is all the news and rumors I have for you on Nano Dimension. One of you are asking, hey, like, what do I do right now? I can't give anybody financial advice. I can't. I'm sorry. But like I said, when a price drops 6%, it may pose a good buying opportunity if you're long on a stock, if you're excited about a company. That's how I think, right? When there's a red day in the market, we call them bloody days. When there's bloody days in the market, go out there. Your favorite stocks could be on sale. That's what I usually say. And that's how I like to invest. So guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me for another video. And if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.